Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Good morning, I'm Molly Hendrickson.
And I'm Brian Sanders with the latest from Denver 7. New this morning, we're hoping to learn more information after police in Denver shot a man overnight.
It happened while officers were responding to some kind of disturbance. It was at an apartment complex near 12th and Galapagos Street, just off Spear Boulevard, south of Colfax. Denver 7's Micah Smith explains what we know so far.
Investigators say neighbors told them they could hear yelling and crying from inside an apartment home located here on Galapagos Street. Officers say when they arrived on scene, they were told someone was inside of an apartment home threatening to shoot someone else. The apartment was up on the 4th floor, and officers say tactically this was a tough situation due to the long hallway and other residents living so close by. Eventually, the suspect came out, but officers say the suspect was holding a black handgun. Officers shot the suspect and he was taken to the hospital. The division chief on scene, Ron Saunier, says right now they are interviewing all of the officers who were involved in shooting the suspect. Saunier says the Aurora Police Department and District Attorney's Office will assist with this investigation, and the Office of the Independent Monitor will oversee the case. Reporting in Denver, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Today, the painstaking and meticulous search for any signs of missing Colorado mom Kelsey Barrett enters its next phase. Crime scene investigators begin the difficult task of searching a landfill piece by piece. Their search centers around a landfill south of Colorado Springs and Fountain. That's about 40 minutes from Woodland Park, where Kelsey was last seen on Thanksgiving Day. Investigators searched this landfill before, but now they're giving it a more thorough search. 40 law enforcement officers from local and state agencies will sift through thousands of yards of trash and plan to line up each piece to carefully inspect it.
Slow, methodical search. We don't want to miss anything. I think we owe it to Kelsey and her family to be as thorough as we can.
Now, law enforcement will search the landfill 7 days a week for at least 5 weeks. They say there is a possibility Kelsey's remains could be in a river, but for right now, they are focused on that landfill.
Today, our state lawmakers once again debate a bill to give homeless people the chance to set up camp without the fear of getting kicked out by police. This is the 5th time our state lawmakers have debated a right to rest bill. It would allow anyone to sleep in public spaces or legally live in a parked car. Each time it's been debated in the past, both Democrats and Republicans voted against it. We'll keep you updated on today's discussions. Meanwhile, your waiter or waitress will keep handing out those plastic straws in Colorado, at least for the foreseeable future. Lawmakers killed a set of straw regulations, which would have required customers specifically ask for a plastic straw. This could still come up next legislative session.
A Colorado teacher who came to the U.S. from Africa is now fighting to stay. His application to extend his visa was denied, and he reached out to Contact 7 to share his story. Anthony Wanjiro has been in the U.S. for 8 years after escaping Kenya. He works as an IT instructor at Valor Christian High School in Highlands Ranch, but now that his visa has been denied, he's doing everything he can to stay here.
Nothing you can say to them, so you have to figure out what other options are there for you to extend your visa, and that's what I've been trying to find out, what options are there.
Under President Trump, H-1B visas have been denied 3 times more often than in the previous administration. Anthony has met with the offices of Senators Cory Gardner and Michael Bennet. He says they've offered to help him get a scholarship stay order, which would give him a few more weeks to plan an appeal.
Even though the Mile High City is welcoming more social pot clubs, one of just 2 already open in Denver suddenly closed just weeks after opening to the public. Later today, we could learn more about why Vape and Play is no longer taking customers. The social pot club opened in early February. Now the business is for sale. The city says Vape and Play could reopen with new owners if they apply for a new license. Even more evidence this morning that the hot Denver housing market is now moving from a seller's to a buyer's market. A new Zillow report includes the top 5 most buyer-friendly cities in the Denver metro area. They are Elizabeth, Greenwood Village, Castle Rock, Brighton, and Evergreen. However, looking at the median home values in each city, several of these markets are more friendly to luxury home buyers, while others are friendly to first-time home buyers.
It's all about supply and demand. And in a seller's market, you have not enough supply of housing and a ton of demand from the buyer side.
Zillow says that demand, though, from the buyer's side is easing a little bit, and sellers may not see as many offers in the future.
Today is your chance to weigh in on the mayor's proposal to raise the minimum wage for city employees. The Denver City Council will meet this afternoon at 1:30 to learn more about the new proposal and hear the public's thoughts about it. Mayor Michael Hancock wants city employees to make $13 per hour starting in July and then have it increase by $1 each year until it reaches $15 by 2021.
All right, we were all kids at one time, and we all tried to hide things from our parents. But in today's world of technology, kids can get away with hiding so much more.
Yeah, you've got to have those eagle eyes. Denver 7's Nicole Brady shows us the world of emojis and how they can really keep parents guessing.
Even the seemingly innocent emojis have somehow been corrupted. Unfortunately, there are experts out there helping us to understand the double or even triple meanings. There are over 2,800 emoji characters in the Unicode standard. If you suspect your teens are speaking in code, there are online dictionaries like Urban Dictionary and Emoji Dictionary to help you decipher it. The site educateempowerkids.org lists several emojis commonly used in sexting. Others may mean drugs.
People will say, well, I'm going to go have some broccoli. You know, so they're like, oh, my kid wants broccoli for dinner. Broccoli's marijuana.
Yeah, never assume broccoli is just broccoli. And if you're worried about invading your child's privacy, experts say don't. You're the parent. You can set rules for technology, like whether or not they're allowed to have a password, and maybe set up a charging station in the home where everyone has to leave their phones at night. I'm Nicole Brady, Denver 7.
Well, we had some pretty dense fog this morning, and we're still seeing a bit of it. It's going to gradually mix out here through mid-morning with a mostly sunny sky this afternoon. A chilly start, though, teens and 20s this morning, and because of that, we also saw some areas of freezing fog and a few flurries. By 12 o'clock, though, more sunshine, upper 40s to near 50 by that point, and then we'll see some low to mid-50s for highs. Denver's going to be right around 55 to about 57, so we're in for a pretty afternoon and one of the warmest days that we have seen in quite some time. Now, early Wednesday morning, we're likely again going to see some patchy fog across the northeastern corner of the state and could get a bit of a repeat of what we saw this morning. Tomorrow afternoon, not quite as warm, mid-40s. The mountains will see more snow starting late Wednesday into early Thursday. We'll be in the 50s again on Thursday, so still pretty mild for the next 3 days, just warmer both today and Thursday. By Friday, that's when the cool down occurs, and you guys, we're looking at a chance for some light snow, 30s expected through the weekend, so it's going to be a chilly start to March.
As you get up and going this morning, a Colorado group has collected 55,000 toothbrushes with the hopes of smashing a world record today. Starting at 7 o'clock, they plan to line those toothbrushes up end to end at the Ranch Fairgrounds in Loveland. They told me they want to bring awareness to the importance of dental care for kids starting as young as infants.
Some that are like teethers that you rub in their mouth.
Right.
It gets them used to that behavior and the feeling. It also breaks up bacteria that grow in our mouth.
So the record attempt runs all day today, but the official measurement will be at 4 o'clock this afternoon. The current record is just over half a mile of toothbrushes lined up. Miles of Smiles is hoping to have 5.5 miles of toothbrushes lined up today.
People in Canyon City are all crossing their fingers, hoping their town will be featured on a Hulu TV show. Tonight at 5:30, the show Small Business Revolution is expected to announce which town it's chosen to help out. Canyon City is holding a watch party. It's tonight at the high school for that announcement. If chosen, the town will receive $500,000 for marketing and renovation to help its downtown area. One of Denver's most historic homes is now on the market.
It has received a lot of TLC. The Castle Marne Bed and Breakfast is now for sale. It's listed for $2.3 million with the adjacent carriage house. Its owner bought the property more than 30 years ago for $184,000. He's now 84 years old and says he believes it's time to sell, but he's not looking for just any offer.
I want them to understand, not necessarily what the house means to me, but what the house means to the city and what the house means to the neighborhood. And I like to think that our Castle Marne has a place in the sense of Denver and the sense of Denver's history.
The house was built in the 1880s and the stone walls are 22 inches thick. Wow.
Gotta appreciate it just as much as he does.
Piece of history. Well, this has been your Denver 7 On-Demand Update. Thanks for joining us.
You can check back here later today for another update and always download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts.